My cheeks turn red anytime I post YouTube videos. Like, I'm not the most comfortable at it. I'm working on it. Confidence. That's a word that has eluded me my whole life, seemingly. I can't tell you how many times I've been told by people that you should have more confidence. Oh, you need to have more confidence in yourself. All of that jazz. I've recently been trying to become a more confident person, and a few things have helped me, and I wanted to share that with you all. All of this is coming from a person who, like, literally missed out on an internship in college because their feedback to me was I needed to have more confidence in myself. So I definitely have been here. I was thinking about this because I deal with anxiety, and I've gotten a lot better with anxiety. And something that my therapist told me that really resonated with me was that my anxiety was kind of caused by not having confidence. So whether it's confidence in myself or confidence that like a situation won't turn out in a positive way. So then I was like, you know what? I think to get to the root of a lot of my anxieties, I need to become more confident in myself as a person. At 32, I guess it's never too late, guys. What I learned was I needed to start doing things outside of my comfort zone. And so that goes with confidence as well. Like, the more you do things outside of your comfort zone, the more your comfort zone expands. So like a visual here, if this is my comfort zone and I'm not going beyond here, I stay here. But if you make yourself try to do things that are a little beyond your comfort zone, then that big circle now becomes your comfort zone. I don't know where I saw this from, but that visualization really resonated with me. So if you do things little by little outside of your comfort zone, you make your comfort zone bigger. And so the more you make your comfort zone bigger, the more confident you are in a lot of different areas of your life. Another thing that's helping me gain confidence is realizing you don't have to do everything all at once. So people that you see that are working out seemingly all the time, or eating healthy all the time, or posting YouTube videos consistently, they didn't get to that point by doing it all at once. They slowly worked into it, started to gain a habit of doing it, and that's why they're able to sustain it. So if that person can make a habit of it and continue that habit of it, why can't you be that same person that slowly learns how to do something and then establishes a habit to keep that going, you know? It's not like someone is way, way, way better than you at something and that you could never reach that potential too. It's that person does have good potential in them, but they've just made it a habit of continuing. And it's like, we're all people. We all have the ability to do that too. So that's been helpful with my confidence journey as well. It's like, oh, that person's doing it. It's like, well, why can't I do that too, you know? So speaking of other humans, the next thing that helped me is realizing that everybody has their insecurities. So I can't tell you how many times I have had side conversations with my coworkers that have given a presentation and did a fantastic job. And they were like, oh my God, I was so nervous. Oh, that I was worried about this presentation. I felt nervous the whole time. And it's like, to me, in the audience, you sounded super confident and you did so well. Like, I would have never guessed that you were feeling insecure. And so weirdly, that helped me kind of realize it's okay to feel like a little bit nervous and all that stuff for a presentation, but everybody feels that way. It's not weird. You're not less than. Everyone, well, for the most part, everybody doesn't like public speaking, but like, just because someone's doing it doesn't mean that they're not nervous or they need to have like a self-pep talk, you know? So if that's you and you're feeling nervous doing something, realize everyone feels that way, and it's just execute. You got this. And that's what I tell myself. Do a good job of putting on an illusion that we know what we're doing. And I get tricked by my coworkers sometimes. I'm like, wow, you were feeling nervous about that? You did a great job. What? Next, speaking of illusions, I is a chronic procrastinator. And I think the root cause of my procrastination is I'm nervous about starting a task because it seems so daunting and scary. But what's helping me gain confidence is addressing that task head on or breaking it up into smaller pieces so that it's not as scary and overwhelming. And so I've had tasks like in the past where I've been nervous to reach out to a person for something or start my report for college or something. And once I started, I actually felt better, even if it was something so small. So by procrastinating more, I think it actually makes your confidence dwindle less because you have less time to complete that task, especially if it has a deadline. And just the longer you wait, the worse you feel, which takes a strike to your confidence. So if you know you have something that's due in like a month, break it up into smaller pieces and just execute daily, no matter how small, because then that momentum will help you build confidence in doing that project. And then by the time it's due, you're good. The longer I would wait to start something, the less prepared I felt for it. So what I started doing is figuring out what my end goal is, reverse engineering how to get to that end goal, and then executing those little chunks so that my big goal feels less daunting. Let's take making dinner for an example. If you're not prepared and it's 5 o'clock on Tuesday night, you feel a little bit stressed out. Like, I don't know what I'm going to make for dinner. And then you're just like going through the kitchen trying to figure out what to eat, or you end up just succumbing to ordering out food. But if you prepare a meal plan on the weekend, you grocery shop on the weekend for those ingredients for that meal plan, you know what days you're going to have certain meals, you possibly prepare the food, cut it up during the weekend. Once Tuesday night hits, you know, I'm having this food and all of my ingredients are in the fridge. I just got to start cooking and then serve dinner. So you kind of see the difference in preparedness of like not doing anything or breaking it up into smaller tasks that by the time Tuesday comes, you're ready to execute and you feel super confident. I know what I'm making for dinner. I don't have a worry in the world for it. I've been saying that to myself a lot recently with like work stuff, and I think I'm going to try to do it for YouTube things as well. Break down big daunting tasks into stupidly simple steps and it'll feel achievable. And that's what I did. I had a big work project due at the end of last month, and I just broke everything down into stupidly simple steps so that I could achieve that due date, and that really helped me out. This next thing I thought about recently, because I was in a job for 5 years and then recently changed to a new job, and my confidence took a hit because I was learning something new. But what's helped me recently is realizing that everyone is new at something at some point in their lives. We all start something as an amateur. It's like whether we continue it or not is how we become a master. So instead of thinking like, oh, I'm so dumb, think of this as like a learning opportunity and that you once were new at something. Like think about a previous job you had. Like at some point I was a person on the register. I had to learn and train how to use that register. And then like I was one of the go-to people for it. At some point in your life, you had that too. So if you ever want to try something new, realize you're not going to know it offhand immediately. It's going to take some time to learn it, but just change your mindset of like, hey, I'm learning this and eventually I will become a master at this as well. The next thing is, no matter how uncomfortable it is, and it kind of goes back to the comfort zone thing too, put yourself out there to network and meet other people. So I am a pretty shy person unless you get to know me. But a lot of things that I've gotten in my life is because I put myself out there. So I met my now fiance, Manny, by putting myself out there on the dating scene. I didn't meet anybody for years because I didn't put myself out there. But once I was like, hey, everyone's dating, why can't I date? Finally met my person by putting myself out there. Work opportunities, I have my current job now because I made the choice to go out and network with people. We are all human beings looking for that connection with other people, And that actually helps you gain confidence because more people know you, more people know what you're capable of, and more people are willing to go to bat for you if they think you're doing a good job. Even if it seems silly, definitely try to put yourself out there for networking opportunities, because that helped me build confidence, knowing that more people knew me. So then it was like, hey, Steph's here. And that is great to your confidence, knowing that people are excited to see you, and that people bring your name up if they think like, hey, she'll be good for this project, or you should go talk to Steph about that. So that is a great boost to your confidence, knowing that you're like the go-to person, or that people are happy that you're there. Not to say that like you should build your confidence off of the opinions of other people, but like establishing yourself as a person who is known or is known to do a good job definitely helps with your confidence. People knowing your reputation and that you do a good job. It's kind of like a business. Businesses have good reputations, so it's good for their confidence. I don't know if businesses have confidence, but like it's kind of like brand recognition. Like you trust this brand, you trust this person, you know? I hope that makes sense. And kind of related to my last point, but kind of the opposite of my last point. Realize that nobody's thinking of you. Like, if you do something embarrassing, it may be like slight cringe in that second, but if you go home, that person's not thinking about you. They have their own life. Like they're thinking about putting dinner on the table. They're thinking about getting ready for the workday tomorrow. How often are you sitting there ruminating about something that your coworker did that was embarrassing? Probably not that often. So think about, if you're not doing it, other people are not doing that about you. We're all human. We all make mistakes. We all have little gaffes or whatever. Nobody's sitting at home being like, oh my God, what a loser this person is. Like, that doesn't happen. And so if you're not thinking about other people, they're not thinking about you. And that sounds so like harsh, but like it's actually a beautiful thing. And then the last thing that I think is something that people don't think about too often when thinking about confidence, but if you're willing to teach other people what you have been through, or teach them something that you had to learn the hard way, that I think helps with confidence too. I've done that with like younger coworkers in my field. I'll say, hey, I was new once. This is what I learned. These are the things that I did wrong. Like learn from my mistakes. Weirdly, that's makes me feel confident of like teaching people like, hey, I wish I would have done this differently. This YouTube video telling how I'm building confidence is helping me get confident. So definitely share your knowledge with people. It helps other people learn from your mistakes, and realizing your mistakes are just a part of life. Like, hey, I wish I did it this way. Like, you can avoid this by not doing that or something. And I think helping other people helps you gain confidence too. So yeah, those are my different ways of thinking and doing that have been helping me gain confidence. And it definitely feels great at work having more confidence, and just my life in general. Having confidence does move mountains, and just realize we're all human on this earth. We all have the same opportunities open to us, and just seize them. Seize those opportunities, and don't let your confidence hold you back like I let my confidence hold me back. So I hope you appreciated this video. Let me know what you think in the comments. Have you been a chronic unconfident person like I have in my life? If you like this content, definitely hit a like on this video. It really helps out my channel. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.